Whether you're in a meeting, giving a presentation, or networking with colleagues, there are a few key things you can do to make a lasting impression. In this video, we're going to look at what Dwight, the General Manfredi, can teach us about both levels of confidence and how mastering each level can take you from being nervous to being completely sure of yourself in any situation.
Done. So I want you to pack your shit, get on a fucking plane, and stay the out of my town.
We'll look at the 5 tips that Dwight teaches us. It will make you look like you are the real one in charge of the room. At the most basic level, we can look at how Dwight the General Manfredi carries himself. Obviously, he's a handsome guy. He wears nice suits, but what makes him stand out is the way he moves. That is by far the most interesting example. He almost always sits asymmetrically that spreads himself out. If you do this yourself, it will help you relax. Dwight also moves around freely in most places, which shows that he feels at home and owns it. He acts like the boss everywhere he goes. Now, you don't have to go this far, but having your feet at least shoulder width apart when you stand or leaning with your arm draped over a chair is a way that doesn't block someone else from sitting there, goes a long way toward projecting confidence. You'll also see Dwight unconsciously show that people have to work to get his attention. Number 1, make selective eye contact. Dwight Manfredi's eye contact has a similar effect at the beginning of many interactions. He maintains minimal eye contact and appears disinterested in what is being said. If you are seated across from him, this will motivate you to attempt to gain his attention. It's satisfying to get someone's attention who isn't paying it to you, and when that occurs, Dwight makes full, penetrating eye contact on special occasions, similar to when he is making a point. The most important thing to take away from Dwight Manfredi's variable eye contact is not that you need to ignore people to be cool, but that when you are making your key points that you want to pay attention to, narrow, piercing eyes keep people captivated and demonstrate confidence in your words while emphasizing your most crucial points. Number 2, always look polished. Dwight Manfredi is a true representation of professionalism and power in Tulsa King. He always presents himself as a worthy opponent, from his well-tailored suits and polished shoes to his meticulously styled hair. The attention to detail in his look reflects his self-assurance and authority on the show. Dwight emits an aura of power that is impossible to ignore, whether he is delivering commands to his subordinates, negotiating deals with other corporate leaders, or simply speaking to the general public. Dwight demonstrates his authority with his flawless appearance and behavior.
Mind if I join you for dinner?
Please do.
He commands respect from his colleagues and peers, and his appearance only reinforces his reputation as a knowledgeable and capable executive in Tulsa King. His impeccable style and attention to detail show that he is serious about his job and his role as a leader, making him an inspiration for others to follow. Number 3, develop strategic decision-making. After Dwight's detour to the DMV, the general showed how well he could think on his feet in a fight.
See those guys? They work for me. See those guys?
During his time in Tulsa, he showed this trait over and over again, which hurt anyone foolish enough to go against him, like the Black McAdam crew. When Dwight's friend of a friend at the ATF, Stacy, shows up in front of the Mayo Hotel to tell him that Waltrip and his lieutenant are in the wind because of a raid on Waltrip, Dwight is worried. Just as Stacy is getting mad about the idea that Dwight might have a girlfriend, while she acts like she's not interested in him, 2 bikers pull up and start shooting. Both Stacy and Dwight pull out their guns, and a shootout like something out of the Wild West happens. Stacy even gets hit by a bullet. Dwight quickly drops to the ground and puts pressure on Stacy's wound, and Waltrip moves away, leaving his own fallen lieutenant behind. Even though Stacy just said mean things about Dwight, the image of the two of them standing together to fight the bikers is a powerful one. And Manfredi's anger afterward shows how much of what drives him is a sense of duty. Number 2, have his army to back you up. Dwight Manfredi is a visionary leader in Tulsa King. He has successfully raised an army of dedicated and motivated employees. With the help of Mitch, a friend who works as a bartender, Dwight gets his employees together for a much-needed self-defense retreat with real bullets. Grace is pretty good with a gun, but her friends need a lot of practice before they're ready for battle, and it's clear that Team Manfredi will need more experienced help. When Mitch tells Dwight that the 2 rodeo guys named Moss and Ben are up to the task and also used to be in jail, the army is complete now that Jimmy the Creek, Badface, and Goody Carnegie have joined in.
Want to keep working for this asshole? Look at him, fucking Kojak. You got 3 seconds to make up your mind.
As Dwight stands in front of his army and gets them ready for war, the only thing left to do is give a speech about how families should stick together. Number 5, always believe you are fine even facing a direct threat. One of the best things about the General is how calm he can be in the face of a direct threat. His inevitable face-to-face with Cowlin Waltrip is one of the best examples of this. Cowlin asks for a meeting after his failed attempts to get rid of Manfredi make him sad. In an empty warehouse, he tells Dwight that he spent years building his business and that the mafioso is an interloper in his community. Waltrip's dramatics didn't make sense to Dwight, so he reminded the Irishman that they were all trespassing on native land. To quote Woody Guthrie, who was always from Oklahoma, "This land belongs to you and me," he said with a smirk. When Waltrip goes back to feeling like a victim, Dwight tells him that his crew is done with nitrous, but he stresses that this isn't important and that Team Manfred has no plans to tiptoe around the 1%. Waltrip is outraged by Dwight's bold move, and it's almost certain that Dwight will live rent-free in the boss's head until their next fateful meeting. In conclusion, looking like you are in charge is about creating an aura of confidence, poise, and authority. By following these tips that Dwight the General Manfredi teaches us, you can instantly radiate a sense of leadership and command the attention of those around you. Remember, it's not just about what you say, but also about how you present yourself. So work on your posture, body language, and grooming, and watch as people start to see you as a leader. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give this video a big thumbs up and also share it with your family and friends. You can subscribe to our channel to see more such amazing videos. Thanks for watching.